Welcome to the Savvy Scribe Podcast, a podcast for healthcare professionals who want to build a profitable writing business. I'm your host, Janine Kalbach. I'm a wife, mother of two incredible boys, labor and delivery nurse who created my own profitable writing business back in 2015, and I'm ready to share my secrets along the way with some help from some incredible guests. My goal is to help you open up your creative mind with my podcast, courses, and Facebook group, the Savvy Scribe Collective, to help you build your own profitable writing business. So let's take a listen. Well, the numbers are in for September, and all my nurse writers, you have now grown again to 45 nurse writers. We have 30 happy clients. I've paid out $21,413 to just nurse writers since March. And there are plenty of writing opportunities for you insiders. If you are wondering what the heck is a Savvy Scribe Insider, come on over and purchase the course, Plan, Create, Launch, Land, and Grow Your Health Writing Business by going to thesavvyscribepodcast.com and click on courses. And after you take the course, you are eligible to then get free access to the group, the Savvy Scribe Insiders. Inside there, you're going to get free access to profitable writing jobs, special live events, discounts and coupons, support from the most elite writers, new course access before anyone else, and podcast insights as well, plus much more. So all you have to do, join the course to gain your inside access, and you'll get your first paid writing job. It's like it pays for itself. So thank you guys again for all your hard work, and we are going to crush it again in October. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode. Today, we are diving into how to know if your writing is good enough. And as nurses, we are stuck in this mindset of we're a nurse and we're not a writer. We didn't go to school for English or journalism, but I'm here today to bust that myth with these 5 tips I have for you today. So let's dive right in. The first point I want to cover is to let others read your work. It can be your mom, it can be your teenage daughter, it can be your spouse, and you want them to read it, especially if it's for the lay audience, because if you're writing for something that you need that patient experience to understand, then you need to have somebody read it. I have done this multiple times for different things with my dad, and my dad's a great writer. He works, in IT, so he also is not an English major, but he's really good at writing and editing. So he has read my stuff in the past, and I'll buy him a cup of coffee or something, very cheap. And that's a good way to start is, free labor, anybody who's just willing to read over a piece for you. And you'll understand that a lot of people really have that skill of editing and not writing. If you listen to episode, I don't have the number on me, but I'll link it in the show notes with Daphne Gray. She talks about how editing is actually people's best skill over writing. So it's not going to be hard to find somebody to read your work. If it's for other nurses, like your content is for nurses, have a coworker read it. Why not? Have a good friend at work read over your work and see if they have any edits to add themselves. And again, you'll see that a lot of people do well at editing. They just have a hard time with the writing. Another tip I have for you guys is to learn from your mistakes. If you have had, editors or content directors send your piece back with multiple edits, or you have an editor who's looking over your work, really understand why they are editing your sentence structure, your grammar, or anything that you put into the work itself. So, for example, I use an editor, and I actually have every assignment that I assign my nurse, I call them the Savvy Scribe Insiders. Any assignment, we always have somebody else edit it, because editing personally is not my strong suit, writing is. So when I get pieces back, I do light editing at the end, even after the editor does it, but truly the editor does the majority of the edits. And I have the insiders read over those edits and resolve them, because it's a learning experience and it develops you as a writer. So don't get all upset about it. Don't think your editor is out to get you. Your editor is your saving grace before that final piece. With this summer being a pandemic summer, I decided to start the Kalbach Life Skills Camp with my children. Oh, they were thrilled, let me tell you. One of the things we did was Instacart shop for people with my 15-year-old. I didn't take the little guy with us, but he wanted to get a job. And I was like, you know what? Let's make this fun because he couldn't get a job quite yet. He was a little too young. And I really didn't want him working with the public right when this pandemic hit. So we started Instacart shopping. And let me tell you, I love Instacart myself because they deliver my groceries straight to my door from the grocery shop right down the road. So you can choose whichever grocery shop is within your distance. It doesn't even have to be groceries. You can actually just do pharmaceutical kind of stuff or whatever. Target has it. And all you do is pick out your groceries and they deliver them like within an hour. It's awesome. So Camp Life Skills through Kelvac Life Skills Camp got my son actually navigating the grocery store and figuring out how to do these things. I thought it was so fun. He did too. It was a little bonding experience. We were able to help people during the pandemic and he got a little bit of money from it. So I want to share this with you guys because if you've never used Instacart, it's going to save you a ton of time. So if you go to thesavvyscribepodcast.com/Instacart, and it's not instant, it's Insta, like Instagram, Instacart, and get your $10 when you sign up. So again, it's thesavvyscribepodcast.com/Instacart. Use tools. Here's another tip. Use some tools. Grammarly is my favorite, but it doesn't always catch the best grammar. It's called Grammarly, but it really, sometimes you just need to reread it out loud. That is one of the tips that I'm giving you. That's just bonus tip. Read it out loud and hear how it sounds. You might need to add a comma here or there. But Grammarly is a great tool. Just sometimes Word has their own grammar if you're using Grammar or if you're using Microsoft Word. Also, there's so many other ones out there. Hemingway Editor is a great one. And I'll link, again, all these in the show notes. But there's free editing tools. You don't have to use Grammarly. But if you're going to invest a little bit in your business, Grammarly is one of those things that is a great tool. Another one is just add some affirmations. Affirmations are those things that make us change our thought pattern, our mindset. So instead of saying, I'm a nurse, not a writer, I'm a nurse, not an editor, start saying, I'm a writer, I'm an editor, and I'm also a nurse. You'll be surprised how positive affirmations really change your mindset for writing and really change your mindset on your skills for yourself. If you feel like you're a crappy writer, you're going to show it in your writing. Go out there, be strong-minded, and say, I'm a writer, and you'll see your writing will shine. The last tip I have for you guys is to join our insiders group. And unfortunately, with that group, it's a private group, but you can get into it if you start writing for me as a subcontractor. So how do you get to do that? You have to join the Plan, Create, Launch, Land, and Grow course. Once you join that course and you go through it, as part of your graduation, in a sense, you get to be part of this team and you get free assignments, free client work that you get paid for, obviously. But what I'm saying in free is that you don't have to prospect any of the clients and you get paid. Obviously, there's no shady work going on. So, within there, you get to have different, writers who have done this for a while. You can always ask them to look at your work as well. So that's all I have for you guys today. Come on over to our group, the Savvy Scribe Collective, which is just our free group for anybody who's just starting out, and really get that mindset driven so that you can bust that myth of, are you a nurse or are you a writer?
That's a wrap for today's episode of The Savvy Scribe. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's show, we'd love for you to subscribe and leave a review on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. Until next time.